An ordinary man sat in a quiet room, his hands resting on a table. He was not angry. He was not cruel. He was simply following instructions. Across from him, a figure in authority calmly explained the task. Each time a mistake was made, the man was told to press a button. The button, he believed, caused pain to another human being. At first, he hesitated. His voice trembled. His conscience spoke loudly. But the authority figure assured him everything was under control, so he pressed the button. This moment revealed something unsettling about human nature, not because the man was evil, but because he was ordinary. In the early 1960s, a psychologist wanted to understand obedience. The world had recently witnessed horrific events, carried out by people who claimed they were just following orders. The question haunted researchers: would everyday people obey authority even when it meant harming others? To find out, volunteers were recruited for what they believed was a simple learning experiment. They were told they were helping science. They were told their actions were necessary. You might imagine hardened individuals agreeing to such a task. But the participants were teachers, shopkeepers, fathers, neighbors, people like you. Each participant was instructed to administer increasing levels of punishment when mistakes were made. With every step, the tension grew, sweat formed, hands shook, voices cracked with doubt. Some protested, some pleaded to stop, some asked if the person on the other side was safe. The authority figure responded calmly, "The experiment must continue. You have no other choice." And shockingly, most obeyed. They continued even when they believed serious harm was being done. They continued when discomfort turned into fear. They continued when every instinct told them to stop. You may ask yourself what you would do. Would you resist? Or would authority silence your doubts? The most disturbing part was not the obedience itself. It was how quickly it happened. No threats were used. No force was applied. Just words, tone, authority. The setting played a powerful role. The lab coat, the formal environment, the confidence of the person giving orders. These details created an illusion of responsibility being transferred. Participants no longer felt accountable. They believed the authority figure carried the moral burden. This experiment revealed a dangerous truth. When responsibility is shifted, morality weakens. You may feel uncomfortable hearing this. That reaction matters, because it reminds you that awareness is the first defense. Years later, the experiment became one of the most controversial in history. Ethics were questioned, rules were rewritten, psychology was forever changed, yet the lesson remains relevant. Authority exists everywhere, in governments, in workplaces, in institutions, in everyday life, and obedience still shapes behavior. The experiment did not prove people are cruel. It proved people are persuadable, and under the right conditions, persuasion becomes dangerous. As you reflect on this story, consider how often instructions override intuition, how often silence replaces resistance, how often responsibility feels distant. History shows us that harm rarely begins with hatred. It often begins with compliance. If stories like this help you see the hidden forces shaping human behavior, stay with this channel. More true stories from dark science history are coming. And before you go, ask yourself this question: if an authority figure told you to do something you believed was wrong, would you stop?